I mean, when you sit back and realize that you choose to engage in certain things, like you choose to engage with stress, you choose to engage with mess,
Mhm.
bars. You make better decisions.
Put that on a t-shirt.
You are now entering the Drink and Tell group chat with your hosts, Candace, Tawana, Jocelyn, Mickey, and Asia. Welcome to the group chat.
Hi, everyone. We are back. It is the season finale of the first season of Drink and Tell.
We made it. We
We
made it.
made it, y'all. We
A
did
whole
it.
freaking season, y'all.
We
A
did it.
whole
How y'all
season.
feel? First of all, let's do that. How you feel about it?
Oh, about it.
Okay.
I feel optimistic. Next season is gonna be awesome. It's
I
wait till
am
y'all.
excited about next season.
Next season, yeah. Next season is gonna be great. I think that we touched on a lot of things that resonated with a lot of people, and it's been fun. Get to see you guys, your faces instead
I
of
know.
just on the
I
phone.
know. I'm proud of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I am genuinely proud of us. It took a lot to get here. The star of the show was the one that was the most apprehensive. And then became the breakout of the season.
Yes.
Baby, that glow up gonna be real season
We're
2.
gonna get you this Weight Watchers
Weight Watchers, hair
endorsement
gonna
next
be
season.
popping, beat face, and wait for it. Someone's gonna purchase me a home. Universe work. Lord.
Oh my gosh.
If you guys have not realized it yet, this has just been a joy to do. It's exciting. Like even if you don't do a podcast with your friends, I hope y'all take time out to just actually like get together in the same space and just laugh and have fun, because this is for all of us, like an opportunity for us to see each other, laugh, have fun, go in business with your friends. Like that is just amazing. So I'm super excited about it. We're here. What is everybody drinking? I'm going to be very honest and tell y'all that I am drinking water because I have started a new fitness commitment that's taking me to increase my water by 31 ounces a day. And so I can't spare nothing.
So how many ounces are you drinking?
So I'm at 124.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a gallon?
No,
Look,
it's 6
what's
shy of a gallon. Because a gallon is 128.
128. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, I will chime in on the water because that's what's in my tumbler as well. My homecoming tumbler that had me out of commission on Friday. So
Who made your tumbler? Because I want one.
huh?
Who made your tumbler? Because I want one.
My niece. I'll send you her info.
Okay.
Aw.
I'm drinking tea. My kids, you see my mug. So my kids every year at school, they have this thing called square art, and you can get it on any type of, it's like a fundraiser. So they draw a picture and then they put it on whatever you choose. So I have a mug for every year from each of my kids. Their pictures have changed over the years. It's so cute. So my mug. I know, I'm such a mom.
Sure, Asia, you're like the best mom.
Oh, but I'm drinking a hot toddy. That's what I'm drinking it. It's balance. It's balance. Okay.
I'm drinking water and minding my business.
I'm finishing off. Damn, why I want to do it? Gage gonna have to give me some kickback on this shit. This the last of my twisted sisters. Gage, we'll talk when I see you over the holidays, friend. Because this is about the third time I don't plug you these buddy.
A mess. So today, as you can see, we are all over the place with what we are drinking. We hope that you are taking a sip of your favorite beverage at the time whenever you listen to this. And now I want to get into a very interesting hot topic that kind of goes along with what we will be talking about today. Oh, Tyrese. Tyrese Gibson has been in the news consistently for doing the most. I think that's the nicest way to put it. He is a very interesting character, to say the least. However, most recently, he has been in the news not for anything that he did, but for his ex-wife, Samantha Gibson, was recently on an interview, a podcast where she was interviewed, and someone asked her about her divorce. And she said that she had other people in her ear telling her that she should leave Tyrese, and that if she did not have those people in her ear, she more than likely probably would not have left him, and is open to reconciliation. So, I wanted to, we're going to talk later about lessons that we've learned, but to the group, I wanted to first ask, can listening to the wrong people really mess you up?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And was
Absolutely.
this an instance of that? Because I feel like I don't mean no harm, I'm gonna be very honest. I don't know how Tyrese is in private, but I feel like he's done enough publicly that whoever was in her ear was probably telling her the right thing to do. So I don't know. I don't know if she has realized that the dating pool is actually full of piss and poop. And sometimes the devil you know is better than the one that you do not know. And at the same time, he's done enough that I would say that the people who told her that she might need to give him the benediction had a little bit of wisdom.
Who wants to jump out there first? Go,
I'll
Joss.
jump out there. So first and foremost, is this thing on? Tyrese Gibson is of no relation to my family. I just want to put that all the way out there. I don't know this man. We don't know this man. We didn't raise this man. That being said, I actually agree with her, because how many times have you let somebody else get in the ship that don't belong in the ship? Like, no matter what's going on at home, that's y'all business. Don't let your girlfriends talk you in or out of a good thing, bad thing, crazy thing. If you leave, that's your decision. So, I mean, I don't think she ever should have let, unless she was in danger, I don't think she ever should have let anybody give her any kind of advice about her relationship, unless they were a trusted friend in a like relationship, possibly, and she trusted or, was vulnerable with them. But I'm just not a fan of letting people get into your ear and tell you what you're going to do. So
That
if
part.
y'all want to reconcile, have at it. Now, you seem a little off, but she might be a little off. They might like that. That might turn her on. I don't know.
Jocelyn, come on, let me come on down here with my Duval County kinfolk right here. You know my unpopular opinion. First of all, I'm not getting in it. I'm not telling you nothing. And marriage is just a whole nother ball game. And I think your perspective is more clear on it if you've been married before or are married, just the same way as your perspective if you have a child and motherhood versus, oh, I help parent, but have you had a child on your own that you've had to raise? That changes the ball game. With that being said, unless one of y'all is getting the shit beat out of you, I'm not jumping in it. The only time I get in your business is when your life is at stake. Now, at that point, you can get mad at me or whatnot, but I can't live with myself if I don't try to help or intervene if my friend is going to lose their life. But if your dude like to swing that thing or he say crazy stuff on the internet, I'ma laugh at you. And if you come to me, I'll be like, yeah, he kind of special. I mean, but you chose him. So I'm starting.
What we say as Black people, if you like it, I love it.
If you like it, I love it. So Jocelyn, I'm riding with you on, if you not in harm's way and he just a little special and like to cry on Instagram once a month, then love, that's you. You like it. I love it. But also people will give you this advice and then turn around and do the same thing that they told you not to do. I've seen it time and time again. Like, you shouldn't take this, you shouldn't take that, but aren't you doing the same thing? And then they'll flip it on you like, well, that's just for me. Oh my God. So don't let nobody blow up your life. And then you turn around and they'll live the same life they told you to jump
That's
up out
right.
of.
This is true. Yes, people can get you off track when they offer advice or project. Because my mom used to say, rarely are people objective. It takes a lot of work, individual soul work, to be objective, to take yourself out of a situation and just one, listen, because a lot of people don't do that, and then two, offer advice that's not connected to what you would do if you were there, when 9 times out of 10 you ain't doing that, right?
Right.
So one of the biggest lessons, and that really does get into what we wanted to talk about for this final season, for this final episode, the biggest lessons that we learned in our 40s. One of the biggest lessons that I had to learn, and I am learning, is that I can't get advice from everybody. And that's hard for me because I'm used to, I'm learning where I can and cannot go for conversation and for advice. It's harder because when you layer grief and feeling like you don't have like the kind of maternal figures that you need when you had them, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like that I couldn't talk to my mom or I couldn't talk to my grandma. It's like I don't know who to like talk to now. But I'm learning, particularly as I'm navigating relationships and love in a different way than I've ever done before, and I really want what I'm in to make sense and work, I can't go to everybody. Because sometimes I'll hear something from somebody and I've literally said in my head, that ain't got shit to do with me. And, and like, and I gotta sit here on this phone and pretend like I don't know that you are literally sitting here going off on my dude because you pissed at yours and you can't say nothing. like, and I've had to like literally sit there and be like, okay, it's like, so you're not a safe place. But that has been one of the biggest lessons that I have learned, is that you cannot go to everybody for advice. You absolutely. And before I shut up, I want to shout out this group, because even though we talk about so much stuff with each other, we will be quick to be like, now, when it comes to this, you need to talk to Tawana. When it comes to this, you need to talk to Asia. You need to talk to Josh. You need to talk to Mickey. Like, we don't sit here and claim to be experts on everything, nor do we claim to believe that like we have the best set of answers, but recognizing the strengths that we have in other people, I think is one of the gifts that we have in this group. But that literally has been one of the biggest things I've had to learn. What about y'all?
And there have been times when the wisdom isn't in this group and we say, hey, go talk to such and such.
Because she ain't lying.
That's facts.
Just
Literally.
Sometimes
just
it's not
did this.
here.
Look,
It's not
Yeah.
here.
you ain't wrong when you're right, nigga.
I cannot with her.
I off the top of my head, because Candace was the last one talking, I think one of the things I've learned in my 40s from Candace in particular is that I feel like I was as open-minded as I can be in the family that I grew up and the region of the country that I grew up. But I'll say over the last 5 to 6 years, Candace has stretched me in ways that has made me more empathetic, has made me more aware. And even I'll challenge myself, even if I don't always agree, I'll sit with it longer than I ever would have sat with things in the past. Because I'm like, nope, that's what I believe. That's it, or no. And now it's just like, well, you can still believe it, but I'm gonna open your eyes. And now that I sit with things, I think I'm shifting. I'm shifting in a lot of areas, and in other areas, I'm very much confirmed. Like, nope, gonna play right here till I'm 90. But I like that because she still, she respects that we're not going to always be on the same page with stuff. It doesn't mean that you still can't, you know what I'm saying, learn and grow. And I like that. And I didn't know that in my 40s, for some reason when we was young, without 40s, know it all, it's gonna be it. So to have those type of shifts now is like, dang, what's gonna happen in my 50s? Like, am I gonna totally change? But I like where I'm at because I feel like it's making me a better person, which is my goal. But also scares me because I feel like the better I get, the closer I got to get I'm gonna get the glory. And so I got to have a little sinner in me. No, for real. I feel like, because, okay, so Candace, I'm gonna go church with you. They used to tell us in the Baptist church, like, when your mission is done, the Lord will call you home. Well, I'm like, well, hell, if I get this good, he gonna be ready for me. So let me keep a little parableness in me so he can be like, she got work down on here. Ain't that bad? I'm sorry.
No, that's exactly what I did when my therapist told me that she felt like it was time for me to move on. And I was like, we hadn't touched my daddy issues yet. So like I know exactly what it means to be like, I'm not ready.
So yes. So thanks for stretching me, evolving me, showing me things that I may not have listened from someone else, but because I trust the scholar in you. Because if you was dumb and your Lexile was below 1400, trust me, I would be like, okay. Thank you.
What's wrong with her? Can y'all imagine this on text? All of this in text, because we get this all in text. FYI,
text and voice notes.
Yes.
Yes.
My 40s for me have been Asia time. I feel like I've spent a lot of my life worrying about others and taking care of others, and which I like doing, loving on others, supporting on others, being there for others. That I've kind of stopped doing the things I like to do, and quite frankly, forgot some of the things I like to do, and promised that I would. And this goes back to Malika. It does. It made me want to live my life for more than just everyone else. So, I started traveling again and sitting still, telling people no. I mean, that stuff, telling people no has always been what people that I care about. If somebody will tell you, if you're a friend of mine, I will literally, it doesn't matter. You ask me, I'm there. If you need me, I'm there. I've driven to 3 over 3 states for 24 hours for something, or I go out of town a lot to help and support. So I had to really focus on me, and my 40s have been the best time of my life, such far. I mean, I've traveled all over the world. I traveled with myself. I traveled with my kids, doing fun things with my kids. It's just focusing on the people that focus on me. And all the other noise is completely on mute. I don't even, it's really me focusing on those that I know got my back.
And I'll jump in, Asia, because my answer is going to be dead on to what yours is, honestly. I've said before that the one thing that I want in life is to be happy. Like, that's it. I just want to be happy all the time. Like, I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be mad. I don't want drama. Like, I just want to be happy, right? And so that's what a lot of my 40s has been, is me just wanting to be happy. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I have been like really working on, is like just doing the things that make me happy, avoiding the things that don't make me happy if possible. And again, Asia, same thing with the loss of Malika. That put a lot of things in perspective for me, because I had a lot of regrets because there are a lot of trips that I didn't go on with her because I'm like, I'm an assistant principal. I can't keep taking all these days off. And then my coworkers are going to have to pick up my slack while I'm out and blah, blah, blah. And there was a lot of regrets because I missed out I missed out on a lot of time with her that I didn't know. And I, not knowing that I was on limited time. Right. So like even now when I've gone back to education, like I'm setting boundaries. Like I don't have email on my phone. So if they need to reach me,
that's good.
If I ain't got my laptop out, you ain't gonna reach me. Right. Like, so I'm really trying to make sure I'm keeping myself in that place. Cause I have been very happy, in the 4 years of my 40s. I have been very happy and I just want to continue that. So
you went to homecoming too, and did you have a blast?
I did have a blast.
I would say that my 40s are pretty peaceful. They've been very peaceful. And I think being mindful of what will disrupt your peace and avoiding it, like everything doesn't require a response. Some things I just don't even respond to. Or I'm like, I'm not even gonna do that. Not today. And I'll just keep it moving. It's been very peaceful and quiet and calm. And I'm happiness within myself was something that I lost for a long time. And now that it's back, it's like, what the hell? Oh, it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's my 40s have been great. And it's the longest time I've been single in my life. And
I'll say this is the most present I've been.
Yeah.
And the most authentically myself that I've been. Around 36 or 37, it was around the time Malika died. I really got excited about my 40s. Like I made a decision on what kind of life I wanted to have and what stepping into this era and this season would look like. And it's so eerily close to what I would like imagine during some of the toughest times of my life. And so I've been like super happy. Like you said, Asia, peaceful. You choose. I mean, when you sit back and realize that you choose to engage in certain things, like you choose to engage with stress, you choose to engage with mess, bars. You make better decisions.
Put that on a t-shirt.
You right, because I was knucking and bucking and knocking niggas out in TSU Uncut with my 30s, nigga. Every other month, it was like, bitch, you can catch it. I'll see you at tailgate. I'm gonna make a video for you, ho. Just so you know, I ain't forgot.
Mickey was a part of the resident bullies.
Oh my, I wasn't the bullies.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I actually had to leave. We talking about keeping peace and like maintaining our peace. I actually had to leave that group because it just was entirely too much for me, and it did not foster like peace. But I think to I want to ask you all, knowing this, right? Where you are now, what would you say to the freshman version of you?
Take your time. Don't sprint through this. Like a part of me knew that was the one block of time where I wasn't a real adult, but I was an adult. So I indulged in those moments where I knew I wasn't really stressed out. I just like the drama of being stressed out. And it went by so fast.
So fast.
I would also say, no matter what decisions you make, it's always going to end this way. So whatever regrets or I wish I would have's you go back through in your head, your decisions were always going to lead you to where you're supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's me. I think I spent so much time. So there was this one statement that that crowns my years, that was like, it's just when I entertained a gentleman caller at TSU, and he said, it's just us in this room. To the rest of the world, you're still a good girl. And I spent so much time like being preoccupied with this idea of who I'm supposed to be and who I thought the world was like supposed to see and be of me, that I spent so much of those years a bit in hiding, like having confidence in certain parts of me and hiding other parts. And if I would tell her, like, girl, like, you can be you, because the sooner that you like rest in who you are, the happier and freer you will ever be. And none of us know what we want to be when we grow up. So like if you don't have it figured out, like
It's okay.
I used to like walk that hill to hell and be like hell hall for people who don't know. But I used to not the hill to the literal hell. But like, I used to walk the hill up to hell hall and just look sometimes and be like, everybody knows what they want to do but me. And I had like 5 majors, to the point that my
I
mama
did
called
too.
me and she said, if you change your major one more time, you coming home. And I was just like, well, I guess that ends my pre-med days. But because I was pre-med one time. But like I used to be so scared that everybody figured it out but me. Nobody has it figured out. Nobody has it figured out. And you're not supposed to.
No.
You're not. Like the stress I put on myself at 20 and at 21, now that I'm about to be 42, like I don't even try to put that much stress on myself at 41. And I was like way down with it at 21. Like that is I don't ever I wish I could tell I would tell her that. And I try to sing it to my cousins, who, especially I got a younger cousin that's about to start college, that she's such a good kid in high school. She's such a scholar in high school, and she wants to make all of us proud. And I don't want her to carry that burden and that guilt, because I know what it was like to carry that. And I do not want her to do that at all. Because I don't want her to wake up at 40 and be like, oh,
Be unhappy.
I want to be. Like, I want her to, as quickly as she can, rest in the authenticity of who she is. Like, I want her to get where I am. I want her to get there earlier so that she can always be there and she can always stay there.
I think I would tell my freshman, I guess, or younger self in college, I wasted a lot of money flexing. I mean, like,
We ate out a lot.
like not only that, like buying Louis bags. I had 10 cars by the time I was 32 years old, Candace.
Wow.
Tawana is laughing because she knows. And I would get a car every year. And then my mom at one point was like, Mickey, I was like, no, because it's older, you know, and I need something. She's like, you got it last year. And my mom was like, I'm not stupid. All you're doing is just adding what you owe that car to the next car. And that was a cycle I was caught in. If I go back and count the money, it makes my stomach hurt a little bit. Had I taken that money and invested, and I say that because I'm very good with money and I'm conscious of what I spent, but not in my 20s, because, you know, I don't know what TSU is like now, but the 90s and the early 2000s, it was like, it's
You
on
need
and
to see
popping.
me.
Yes, you're gonna
Refund
see
checks was hitting.
I'm flexing. Like it was just like, who am I flexing for? We all broke. We are college students. And now I look back and I was like, you stupid. And like, you was the queen of stupid. Like, but none of us was smart enough to realize that. So they egging it on like, oh, what new car you got now? I see that Louis bag. And I'm like, I have blown every cent that I've had for my refund. And I work at night, the midnight shift at UPS, loading boxes to continue to buy stuff. Oh, it was stupid. Now, most people say, well, you grew out of it. Yes, but I see a whole decade of wasted money. So I would tell myself, be broke, eating the bottom of Rudolph every day, stay on campus the entire time, and enjoy being poor, sharing noodles and not flexing. I should have rolled the bus.
Then you would have never been my roommate. You would have never been my roommate then.
You're right. So that's why I never truly like to shift things, because you're right. We would have never been roommates. We never would have been like family. So you know what? I won't redo it, but I probably would be like, okay, me and Asia did choose a cheap place to live. I'll say that, because we live in off Hardin place, and it's we probably could have got Jack. Oh yeah. Oh, we was in Knob Hill, baby. Like we still thought we was doing it.
I thought where y'all stay was bougie.
Oh no. We was gully, but me and Asia thought we do it because we both driving Hondas. So we was popping. We drove Hondas and we live off campus, boy.
Oh my God.
I know, it was terrible. Sad case.
You know what I do wish I would have done? For real. Purchase property during that last of the Clinton era in Nashville, Tennessee.
Girl.
They were giving away houses to substitute teachers.
Yeah.
Like,
when I think about
play Monopoly.
When I think about if there's one place that I wish that I had property, it is in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
So now my stomach hurts again because Tawana's
she's had properties.
I've had 3 properties in Nashville, Tennessee, and sold one in 2018 that, had I held on to it, now has tripled in. My stomach hurt. Let me get off this call.
She left.
Who done got up and walked away? I cannot. Oh my God.
Here's the thing. I think that's the beauty of 40. And I think what you were talking about like, ooh, I wonder what 50 is gonna bring. Like, I think about like, and I pray that I really do. I pray that I see it. I pray that I see decades beyond now, because I do know that that's not promised, and that is when you get to see them, it's truly a gift. But like, I want to be able to recognize how I made some mistakes at 20, feeling like in certain ways I was supposed to do some of that dumb stuff. Like, yeah, our stomachs can hurt.
Absolutely.
Our stomachs can hurt and we can be like, ooh, I found. But I'm like, at what other time in your life are you gonna be able to just buy Louis bags like that and like,
be able to bounce back?
And then like, cause I buy stuff now and I'm like, whew, the only reason why I'm buying this is because I don't have no kid. Like there's this reality that like when you are at a certain season of your life, there are certain mistakes, quote unquote, and I put those in air quotes. There are certain things that you can do that you can't do. Like if you were buying a car every year now and doing all of that now, I would hope that you got the friends and the relationships that would be like, hey, for case in point, I paid my car off. I want a new car. Right before we started recording, these heifers told me that it's crazy. I don't need another car because I just paid this one off in 2021. That's true, but I want a new car. Does it make sense for me to buy one? Absolutely not. Where we have said that in our 20s, no, we would have all been at the dealership making sure that I got a car. But you don't do that kind of stuff now. Like there are certain things that I don't know. Like I was asking my homegirl, what are the things that are excusable for us now that like 10, 15, 20 years from now, we're going to be like, girl, what the hell? Like, you know. And I told her, I was like, I think like the ways that we are prioritizing ourselves and I know you're going to laugh, Mickey, but when it comes to homecoming, when it comes to like girls trips and enjoying a good edible or two, like the ways that like we are prioritizing just fun now, I think that's what we do now in a way that I don't necessarily know if I'm be 60 and taking an edible. I might not want to be that girl, right? But like I can be her now.
Your child will be a teenager. You'll be doing more than edibles, okay? FYI. You might go to that heroin at that point. If you watch the previous episode, you'll get it.
My homegirl.
Oh my
My mom,
god.
no, it's not my homegirl. It's one of my mama's homegirls. She had her baby like late 40s. And I would never forget, she came to my mama's house and she said, I am 2 days away from trying crack because this is a lot. And I remember walking past and was like, what is she talking about? But she did. She said she was 2 days away from being crack. So, so maybe there would be some things that I might try.
Lord.
20 years from now, 15 years from now, almost 60. I wonder what that would look like.
I think I got an idea of one thing that's definitely, so I feel like 20 years from now, I'm definitely in that tail end of my career, right? I'm starting to close it out. I'm about to go into retirement if I don't take an early retirement, but definitely headed down that.
You doing that?
Probably not. Okay, so I'm in the last couple of years of my career, definitely in my mid 60s. I'm out the game. I think for me, I've already started to think about the things that I want to leave my nieces and how, that it's kind of playing now if something happens, but I think really then it'll be like, okay, let's see what I did good in the last 20 years that I can shift to them even more. Or if they have me some babies, because that oldest one wants a baby. Babies with an S, and we've talked about you can't have that odd number 2, not 3. And she better listen, because I will hurt her feelings by taking 2 and the other one stay with her, and she gonna try to call me out. But I told you this when you was young. 2, not 3. That's all TT can do.
Oh my god.
So with that, then that means planning for that other generation of babies that will be mine. So I think that's where my mind's gonna be. Oh, and also just kicking it because we are gonna be cool. So at that point, when we retire, it's really like, hey, I know we on fixed income, so we going to Miami to sip some Mai Tai.
I'll be in the Bahamas, so y'all can come hang with me in the Bahamas.
I'll be in the Bahamas, but don't forget Shady Pines, Atlanta. We all planned Shady Pines, Atlanta to make sure that our kids wouldn't have to spend their years taking care of us. We'll take care of each other.
I'm gonna be on the farm.
Tanya and a gay chick. The Friends campus is still in play. Jocelyn added the Shady Pines, and we can put those in conjunction, as well as Asia's Bahamas and Candace's little fort that she gonna have down. All of these things can become reality. I had to say that because Tanya will watch this shit and be like, bitch, what about the Friends campus? You're right. We've been talking about the Friends campus for a very, very long time. But all you have to do is be a TSU alum to go to the Friends campus. And guess what? Everybody on this call is a TSU alum.
We all get cards.
Oh my
Friends
god.
campus cards. 20 years, I'm gonna tell you. So 20 years from now, from this date, whatever iteration of podcasting it is, we're gonna do
holograms.
A hologram on Mars. We're gonna do this episode as a follow-up. But I will say this as we kind of like in this segment.
Wait, before you close us out, Candace, let me just say the 2 things that I have not been feeling about the 40s, and then we can close out.
Oh yes. Tell me.
These daggone glasses.
Well, I had these since
These daggone glasses. I've had perfect vision my entire life. I cannot stand Mickey.
Like she is.
I'm not even gonna repeat what she.
We cannot have group chat on the
podcast. I hate her so bad. Just imagine what could have come out of Mickey's thumbs. How about that? Just imagine. I hate her so bad. No, but number 2 is close, Mickey. Number 2 is close. Number 2 is this 44-year-old bladder. and how I go from not having to pee to immediately you better get to the toilet right
Right
on
now.
now or you about to pee on yourself. I don't
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought that was just me.
I don't like it.
No,
It's
you better
never just
do them
you.
pelvic floor
Pause.
exercises, pelvic
Pause.
floor and Kegels.
Pause.
Yep.
Asia and Twana are different because them babies don't came out of there. Candace, now you know why that bladder might be acting up. For me, I'm gonna do a little bit of self-disclosure. I've been living for the Lord. We know what that means. Take it for what it is. But you know what? I got a bladder infection from holding my you know, when you teach. I was like, and the first thing I said to my doctor, because I'm real open, I ain't been doing nothing. And then I went like this.
You done messed up your
sound went
She done
out.
messed
Big
up her
girl.
damn
You
sound
pressed the
trying to
button
be
by
vulgar
accident.
with her
Press the
fingers. See,
button.
that's what you.
Okay, where did I
Okay.
stop, friends?
Doctor,
I ain't
After
doing
that.
nothing.
So I told my doctor that. She said, what do you do for a profession? I said, teach. She said, so how often you go to the restroom? I said, well, I get to school by 6:30 and I usually go to the restroom about 3. She said, no, you can't
No,
hold it that
ma'am.
long. I know. Tawana know though, sometimes you just don't have, if your classes are back to back and no one can come to cover, you do that. But in doing that, it caused the bladder infection. And I was just like, you know, younger, look, freshman self, no, the bladder infection came when you didn't get up from that love making session to go take a
pee.
tinkle.
And
Right. But let me tell all you 40 somethings, if you hold your pee too long, you too can develop that as well. Who knew?
Thank you for letting me know, because I'll be holding my pee in the afternoon for like
Don't
3
do
hours
it.
for carpool. I'm about to
As I
die
said,
when I get in the house. Do you hear me?
Yep,
Don't
I
do it.
hold mine all the time.
not good.
But Tawana, to your point, I think 40s, the one thing I don't like about 40s has been all of the health ailments. Like, I wake up, I feel like I used to laugh at my grandma and my granddad and them and how like they had to kickstart their leg. Like I wake
To sit
up,
up.
I got a hop when I wake up. I done went and I had to buy a humidifier because my room get a little stuffy. And I'm just like, what in the world? I'm taking naps. I'm getting older.
Mhm.
And that is for as much as like, wow, I'm grown. I got my peace. I got all of this. I'm getting older. And I like today, even when we were talking at the gym, because I didn't know that Taylor Swift was 33. And so my trainer was like, yeah, she's 33. And I was like, oh, dang. I was like, well, shoot, that kind of makes sense because I'm be 42 this year. And he was like, damn, you 42. And I was like, well, I mean, because then I got a little feeling.
Don't do that.
Well, my mama said it's a more permanent alternative to getting old. And he was like, that is true. But in my head, I'm like, damn, I am trying to like, I'm getting ready to be 42. Like, I think that is, and then he made the comment, he was like, yeah, half our life gone. And
Life
no,
gone.
I ain't there yet. I
That's
ain't
true.
at the midpoint yet.
I'm paying attention on both sides of my families, and by the mid 80s, that's when they going out. So if we're already hitting that almost mid,
we take better care of ourselves than
these were some healthy jokers that went out. They not
actually,
going
my parents are
past
healthy.
that.
My
as fuck,
grandparents
so.
and her siblings, except her older sister, who actually lifted weights and lived to be 99, all of them died in their 90s.
I will say, like, that has been the biggest thing for me is like adjusting to the fact that I'm getting older and like things are not as perky as they used to be. Things are drooping. Things are like, I gotta go to the doctor and get certain counts and certain and it just is like, I could drive 4 hours and turn around and drive that back the same day. I drive 4 hours now. I'm taking a nap, and y'all gonna have to wake me up, and I might get back on the road tomorrow. I think that's the biggest thing for me is just adjusting to the fact that like I am getting older.
I would say my big two. I used to remember everything. I didn't have to write anything down. And getting to the point where I don't remember everything bothers me. Like not being able to recall something like off the top of my head, definitely.
That's bothering me, Joss.
I know, because I was everybody's encyclopedia. Like, oh, you don't remember in 1999 on February 24th when Cash Money took over, like I knew all the details, right? It bothers me that I have to write things down now. Another thing that none of you have said, but I know y'all have felt it. Who gets hot? Like 2 o'clock in the
I've been
morning,
perimenopausal since I was 35, so this is
you
not
got
a
to move
40s
that
thing.
leg from under the cover because you got to regulate your body temperature.
Yes. Night sweats,
Not both
hot
legs. Then you're
flashes.
going to get cold. Just one leg.
Right, right.
And I messed up because I'm like my grandma, and my house got to be 75 degrees. So I'm like, I couldn't wait till October 1st because my house currently right now is 75 degrees, and I'm so happy.
That's too hot.
No, man, my house is like 68.
Uno,
Yeah,
That's supposed
get a
72.
blanket and some socks.
Socks. I have a hoodie on all day.
No,
I've never turned the heat on in my first one.
I need my house temperature because I don't wear pants in my house, so I need my temperature to be conducive to me not having no clothes on.
Jocelyn, Candace's house is moist.
You make me. It is.
Oh my gosh.
It is just not
Yeah.
much. I can't stand you.
I hate her so bad.
It
So
makes
bad.
no sense how much I can't stand you. And I hope that y'all have literally enjoyed a peek into our world with the foolish one right there. Because be very clear, she didn't turn anything on to do this podcast.
Nothing.
This is literally
Live.
who she is. This is literally who she is. And I, for one, can't wait to see how much more crazy she gets in these 40s. I can't wait to see what all we do in these 40s. And as I wrap up, I will say this. If you've never just taken the inventory of just like lessons or gratitude, take a pause, take a moment. All of us. So this whole season has really been about growth. The theme for the season was growth and journeys, whether they were collective or individual journeys. And so and if you listen, all of us had taken a pause at some point to just like reassess and decide what it's going to look like for us moving forward. So if you've not done that, like for yourself, we encourage you to do that, to just take a moment and pause and decide who you want to be going forward, and don't be afraid to become that person. I'm proud of all of us because we've done that. I'm really, really proud of all of us because we've done that. Our last segment of this season, we gonna hear from Asia. She gonna tell us what's eating you, girl.
So, if you are privileged enough to follow me on my personal Instagram page, then you are aware of what I am about to talk about. So I feel that there is a death in customer service no longer exists. Okay. People work for money and not work for the job or what they can give to the job or get from the job in this day and age. So, I'm in HR, I hire people, and some of the answers I get when I'm talking to candidates, and I've hired for, customer service calls, I've hired for everything. And I'm like, some of the answers, I'm like, these are the people that are doing the jobs that, like, seriously? So, what is eating me? I got a flat tire, okay? It was on a Sunday morning. And I was like, shit, okay. My tires are insured. I have a new car. Tires are insured. They just have to change the tire and give me my car back. Monday morning, I called to get the car towed to my dealership. They didn't want to tow it to the dealership that I bought my car from because it was 2 miles over the 17 miles that they allot for, which is dumb. We're going to go there. So they towed it to the dealership closest to my house, one that I would never buy a car from in the first place. Okay. I go a little bit further to purchase my cars for a reason, because I know the standard of service that I will get a little bit further north. Okay. Take from that what you want. Okay. So the person who comes to get my car, high as a kite, drives my car on a flat tire down my driveway onto the flatbed truck. Okay, that's just part of the beginning. They call me about my tire. I say, hey, look, I got insurance. If you need to contact XYZ dealership to get some information, because they wanted to tell me that my insurance was attached to my dealership and not my car. That don't make sense to nobody. Does that make sense to you? Because that don't make sense to me. I bought it through VW. So, okay. Needless to say, they had my car from Monday at 1 p.m. until Friday at 10:30 a.m. for one tire. One.
What?
Okay. They didn't touch my car. Sends me an alert when my car door is open. When somebody sits in my, I get a text or an alert, whatever. And they didn't touch my car until Tuesday at 12:30. Didn't touch it again until Thursday. So,
Wow.
I missed homecoming. I was actually excited to go to homecoming for 48 hours. I actually really was this year. Missed homecoming because I didn't have a car.
You could have been in the alumni morning choir.
I know, because they was the shooping on the live. But when I tell you I turned into Rochelle Marie Callender, and I talked to corporate 3 times since then. I have talked to everybody. They didn't call me. I didn't send emails. There's a whole case. The person, my service advisor, I said, you do understand that your job is to service a customer. Like, he had no interest in being helpful. And when your job literally is to be helpful, you couldn't say, I'm going to be off tomorrow, so here's your point of contact. Nope, not at all. Why is no one calling me to tell me what's going on with my car? I'm calling you all. That is, I don't have time to be doing that shit. You all have no sense of urgency. I didn't have a car for 4 days. What if I didn't have a second car? I'm just stuck. You didn't even give me a loaner option, nothing. So, people with children, please teach them empathy and consideration and patience and communication, because that will come in handy no matter what job that they do, but at least teach them to take pride in the things that they decide to do, the commitment to it, because these people in these jobs they don't, and it's not all, well, it is a lot. I mean, I will say it is most jobs. But when you are in a customer facing job, I need you to give a fuck. Okay.
Right.
It's very simple. I just need you to give a fuck. You cannot give a fuck as soon as you clock out. Okay.
Exactly.
Just
well,
smile.
You cannot care in your head
all day long.
What I need to say, but what come out your mouth and your actions need to tell me that you gave a damn.
Like, seriously. So that was what's eating me. It's still eating me. And this was 2 weeks ago.
But here's the thing. That is also how you know you're older.
Because you care about shit like, that's why I was like, I'm turning into my mother. I do not like this. I'm talking to, I said, you done fucked with the wrong one. You not know who I know? You in the wrong city for this, sir. You finna lose your job. You finna lose your job.
When Cole, I knew I had turned into a Deborah Louise bimbo when I was at the Coles and Conyers, and they did not honor my Coles cash. And you know, I said, wait a minute. This does not say that it has expired, so I need you to honor my Coles cash. And when they did not honor my Coles cash, and I wrote a letter to corporate, I said, okay, I have officially become my mama.
Yes.
Now I have enough Coles cash. It's gonna be a very Merry Christmas from Mark and Reggie, because they getting all the shit from Coles. Lord, we become our mother.
Yep.
we become our mothers in some very interesting ways.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, we did it.
We'll throw some glitter.
Yay. I know. Where's the confetti? Where's the glitter?
I don't know.
No, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us for these 8 episodes. Thank y'all so much for all your feedback, all of your comments, for supporting. When we see y'all somewhere randomly and y'all tell us that y'all listen and you watch and that who you like and all of that. Thank you guys so much. This is a dream come true for all of us. And we cannot wait to see you guys next season.
Yes. We're gonna have some new things. We have some new ideas, some new things that we're gonna be doing. But you know, one thing we're gonna do better is make sure we get these drinks off.
Yes.
I don't even care what we do better. I'm just gonna have a whole lace front on y'all. Y'all probably ain't gonna even know who the hell I am.
This food. Shut up, Mickey. Shut up.
And here's the thing. Even though we are taking a hiatus from the podcast and the season finale of the podcast, you can catch all of us on social media. Make sure you follow Drink and Tell. You can follow our own individual accounts. Personally, where Tawana is the dopest supplier of apparel for dope Black girls. Please go support.
Yes.
We are so grateful for all that you now you're not gonna get in on Mickey's because that's what she just
Or
put.
mine.
She's
But
private.
I do have a foodie, Asia Eats It All. You can follow
Asia
that.
Eats It All, yeah. So you can follow her, her Asia Eats It All. But thank you guys so much. What you got to say, Mickey?
Something about me eating it all, probably.
That
She
joke
knows me
wrote
so
itself.
well.
And on that note, goodbye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.